I'll tell you what the problem is. It's these Rambo AR-15 wielding yahoos who think they need a 100-round clip to kill a devil.
First, it's a magazine, not a clip. And it's you hunters that think that the Second Amendment had anything to do with hunting that's causing the problem. The Second Amendment is about protecting your life and the preservation of a free state.
You're right. The Second isn't about hunting. But can we all agree that you tactical, barrel-rolling, end-of-days fantasizers aren't exactly doing the right any justice?
You're the one to talk.
You think running around like a man-child with a gun in your hand playing games is doing anything for our right? I mean, at least he uses his gun for a purpose. How many times can you clean a gun that you've never shot? With the grocery store in every corner? I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that no one needs to hunt for food any more than a tactical guy needs his AR-15 for the looming zombie apocalypse. You see, this is the problem. We live in a civilized society, not a war zone. We should appreciate guns for the beautiful relics that they are. It's about hunting. They spend more ammo than anybody else at this table.
You're useless. You're useless.
You're missing the point. All of you are missing the point.
To go out there and be a part of nature.
Hunter, you probably shoot one round per year.
Protect yourself.
It is about art. It's about history.
Do you all hear yourselves?
Like a bunch of juvenile teens. You're making me look bad. No, you're making me look bad. No, you're making the entire community look bad. Do you really think they don't know that your bolt-action gun and my SCAR heavy shoot the same round? Sorry to burst your I'm special because my guns have wood on it bubble, but you're essentially the proverbial one black friend for anti-gunners. As soon as they get their hands on the plastic stuff, they'll be after your wooden guns next. And you, Mr. Tactical Killjoy, could you calm down and relax a bit? Everyone here understands the importance of training in self-defense, but sometimes people just want to shoot for the sake of having fun. However, turning everything into fun and games is hardly the answer, because you two need these two to survive. Anti-gunners may feel less threatened by a gun collector and a gamer. However, once there's another mass tragedy and you don't pass their "why do you need this" smell test, they'll be after your guns too. When it's all said and done, we're all part of a community that shares the same interest. We all may engage in that interest differently, but one thing must remain consistent. An encroachment on the rights of one of us is an encroachment on all of us. When it comes to my history with guns, the love came first. Everything else was just a natural byproduct. If you take away the self-defense, the Second Amendment, and the politics, I'd still have my inherent love of firearms. I'm lucky that there's an entire community of people who feel the same way I do. There are some parts of the gun community I enjoy more than others, but that's just personal preference. I appreciate the community all the same. Like America, the gun community is empowered by the burden of its diversity. Our diversity challenges us and forces us to leave our comfort zone and deal with our weaknesses. There are few things stronger than a group of different people who are devoted to a fundamental principle, especially when that fundamental principle is freedom. The mainstream media tries to segment and pick us apart in order to show a lack of unity of principle. And unfortunately, many of us turn right around and depend on that same media to advocate an alternative on our behalf. At best, the advocacy will be weak. At its worst, complete lies. We have to realize we are our strongest advocates. It's the reason why they keep trying to tell us what to think. It's the whole, even responsible gun owners believe this rhetoric. They know the power we wield more than we do. It's not about winning debates and scoring points. It's about educating on the issue. When you talk gun rights, you're talking about an elusive obvious. Most of it is right under people's noses. They just need someone to point it out to educate them. And with education, they get understanding. And with understanding, we get a new member to our community. And I look back at the people I've met and the conversations we've had, I'm encouraged. Too often, gun owners just talk amongst themselves. Together in our circles, we shake our heads in frustration and watch as our rights are stripped away. Meanwhile, the people who need to hear what we have to say remain on the other side, watching the news and growing more ignorant because of it. It's time to change the narrative and start to write a different story. And that is exactly what we're doing.
People do not care if they don't have a stake. I'd like to educate as many people as I can. I've literally trained thousands of people over the course of my shooting career, and my most recent success was actually getting an anti-gun guy to own 2 firearms, one more on our side, one less on their side. It actually doubles up our power, every single person.
You don't have to fit a bill. You don't have to be a white conservative American to understand the importance of the Second Amendment. I think that's when you can shift the perspective, shift the mindset that this country has of gun ownership, because not every person who's going to have an interest in guns is violent. Self-defense is one thing, but I actually like shooting.
We the people. That's what we need to get back to. Showing the world that we, the people of the gun community, are no different than anyone else. We are law-abiding, responsible citizens who choose to own a tool for sport, recreation, and protection. And we will not back down, because our freedom and our very lives are at stake.
I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. So help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone you know. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, because the Second Amendment, when it said militia, it wasn't talking about the government. It was talking about you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure you hit that bell symbol.